You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. Go. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Go. Don't waste no time.
Training camp is officially underway. The Dolphins are making moves. It's the off season. We're going to look at standout performers so far in training camp and who we've added in the secondary. There's a lot to break down. It's going to be a very exciting episode as always. But before we dive into all of that, it's best I throw over to the host of Go Time Dolphins to tell everyone what time it is.
It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. Got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. Your favorite podcast, and official affiliates of Fanatics, where you could be a fanatic of your favorite franchise. We're going to have football this week, Kadeem. NFL football within the next 7 days.
That the Hall of Fame game?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that. Like, I've been so locked in. It's due to other lost and stuff. I've been so locked in on Dolphins training camp. I didn't even realize that's the Hall of Fame game.
I mean, when training camp rolls up around the corner, that means you got football right around the corner too. And you know, we're probably 3-4 days into training camp. We didn't record an episode on the first day of training camp. Someone got airlifted out of here or airlifted off the practice field. You never want to hear airlifted out of anywhere. Artie Burns went down with a lower leg injury. Sounded like it's career and season ending. Not confirmed, I don't think yet.
I think it is. I think Schefter said. Let me double check. Artie Burns. Yeah, ACL done.
So season-ending ACL injury, and the Dolphins replace him with Jack Jones, former New England Patriot, former Las Vegas Raider. Jack Jones, actually a pretty good talent. In my opinion, I don't think he fits the locker room, and I think that's probably why he wasn't on the team beforehand, because you want the good fits, and we want to make sure this person is quality and he plays well on the field and doesn't disrupt certain things and all the other good stuff. And we have Jalen Ramsey in and out of character, so to speak. If you combine that with a Jack Jones, and it's like, well, people are going to be people. Maybe we don't want Jack Jones a part of the team. But now it's like, maybe we have to have Jack Jones a part of the team. However, we want him on the field. We want the product he puts on the field. So don't be surprised if Jack Jones is an underrated signing, in my opinion, this offseason.
It's a really interesting one, because I think a lot of people like the talented corner, very, very quick. But yeah, it's the character concerns. And if you're trying to clean up a locker room, maybe he's not the best person to bring in. But also, and not all the time, but sometimes, you get a player kind of go, you know what, this might be my last chance to end up at a good team and play meaningful snaps. And if I don't turn my situation around, if I don't change that perception of myself, the chances are I'm not going to get another phone call. And if I do get another phone call, it's going to be with a team that is essentially tanking, and they're just getting me here to, lose games, essentially. I'm not looking to make the postseason or anything like that. So, yeah, Jack Jones is going to be an interesting one. I believe on his first day of camp, he made a play, wasn't an interception, but a really good pass breakup. So, at the very least, he's coming in and he is making a name for himself in a positive way.
It's funny, bro, because I think the D line is where you want it to be. And obviously, we don't know what Bradley Chubb we're going to get back, but he's going to be 100%. He's fresh off that injury, ACL, MCL, and PCL. I think it was a whole reconstruction knee injury, constructive knee injury. And then you have Jalen Phillips coming back off an Achilles. Then you got Chop Robinson. Then you got Zach Sealer. Then you got the first round pick. You would like any first round pick to be successful in Kenneth Grant. And with the lack of corners, you say, bro, if there's ever a time you need your D-line to get home, it's now, because your corners are going to need their help. And I believe our D-line is good enough to give the corners the help that they need. So it's not like we're just going to be this defense that just gets decimated. You know what I'm saying? The Giants D-line is interesting too, but other than the Giants D-line and Cleveland's D-line, bro, I can't wait to see what the Dolphins D-line does.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to think of any others off the top of my head. Perhaps the Eagles just front to
the whole Eagles defense is mad improved.
But I guess if we're just talking, D-lines only, I can't think of many others where the secondary looks far from my ideal, but that front seven or the front four, whatever we're going to call it for the purpose of this argument, is pretty stacked. And I think there's a lot of for the people who have been at camp so far, not just the fans but the reporters. Someone earlier just over the weekend turned around and said that Anthony Weaver is in his bag. So it's going to be very interesting to see what Weaver can cook up with this front seven. And like you said, if the secondary is going to be a weaker unit, it's at least got the helping hand of a bunch of guys who can go home and hopefully can get home early and often.
Did you hear what Jared Verse had to say about Aaron Donald?
No. So I know that. So I know it stems from I think he called out Aaron Donald, was like, I can do your workout, and then he did it and was like, yo, this isn't for fools and stuff like that. I've seen a clip, or I've seen him talking about the workout, but I haven't actually listened to what he said. So for me and everyone else, what did he say?
It was whatever you think about Aaron Donald, it was exactly that. You know what I'm saying? Like, another grown man that plays D-line in the NFL had this to say about Aaron Donald. Even Dolphins Teron Armstead said, yo, I'm glad I don't have to see Jared Verse anymore. You know what I'm saying? And Jared, he said that about Jared Verse, and Jared Verse said this about Aaron Donald, right? So Aaron was like, yeah, come by the crib, let's work out. And then he put him through a workout, and it was like the first 45 minutes, and Aaron Donald was basically like, oh yeah, that was the warm-up to the workout. And Jared Verse was like, nah, bro, you know what I'm saying? You acting right now. And then, Aaron Donald's wife walked in the room or wherever they were working out, and Jared Verse told her, hey, call the cops. Like, get this guy, this dude's gonna kill us. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna kill me. You feel me? And then at the end of the day, you got to hear from Jared Verse. There's a reel going around everywhere. And at the end of it, he's like, yo, just know if security sees Aaron Donald on the premises here in LA, that they need to keep him off, because he's not welcome here no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then, Matt Stafford said Aaron Donald had a Make-A-Wish kid. The kids like, oh, I want to work out with, I want to meet Aaron Donald. And Aaron Donald's like, oh, well, you gonna work out with me? And Matt Stafford said he seen the Make-A-Wish kid with Aaron Donald, and the kid was sick like the whole workout. And then like Matt Stafford like, bro, you couldn't give this kid a break. You feel me? But man, they could tell the stories better. But since we're on the topic of D-line, Kadeem, former Miami Dolphin Christian Wilkins is in the news. And it's funny how this thing works, because there are those who said, oh, I can't believe the Dolphins let Christian Wilkins get away. Y'all should have paid Christian Wilkins. You feel me? Look what he did. Y'all should have paid him and fired Chris Greer, right? Christian Wilkins has not even a subpar season when he left. He didn't even have a season. He played like 4 or 5 games. Didn't even get us our compensatory pick that we thought we were going to get, because he didn't play enough. And then everybody's like, oh, shout out to Chris Greer. He got it right. Christian Wilkins becomes available, and everybody's like, bring Christian Wilkins back. So I'm like, hold on, bro. How is it that Chris Greer could get all this flack from all different walks of the fan base and still be right with all different walks of the fan base? I don't understand. I still don't understand how that works. I hope I said Chris Greer, but yeah, Christian Wilkins is available once again. It's a lot around this story, but what you make of it, Kadeem?
We had this conversation prior to, or had a similar conversation prior to the draft. Dolphins were in desperate need of corners heading into the draft. Who are the kids from Michigan? Is it Will Johnson?
Yeah.
Will Johnson. Will Johnson, prior to the draft, it comes out injury concerns.
Mm-hmm.
And injury concerns enough that he falls in the draft.
Second round.
But Dolphin fans are go and sign him. And at the time, I was like, these Dolphin fans who are saying this are the same Dolphin fans that don't want Chris Greer to retain or sign injury-prone players. And it's come up again with Christian Wilkins. So I'll repeat what I said and just move it to Christian Wilkins. Dolphins fans, or the Dolphins fans that don't like Chris Greer signing injury-prone players, is that he's signing injury-prone players that they don't like. That's the issue. They like Christian Wilkins, so they want Greer to bring back Christian Wilkins. And if he doesn't, it's like, how can you not bring him back? It's like, but he's injury-prone. Oh, but it doesn't matter. So, and this is that whole, you're arguing with people who have no foundation to any of their arguments. It's based on whether they like the person, and that's pretty much it. This Christian Wilkins thing is so interesting because this doesn't sound like the Christian Wilkins that Miami fans know. You're on mute.
My bad. Someone we know said that. But here's my thing, Kadeem. I agree. Christian Wilkins was great in the locker room. Great when the team was only had 5 wins. A great teammate. Never complained. Always the first one on the field, in practice field. The sun isn't even up yet. Last one to leave, literally. You know what I'm saying? The team becomes good. He plays better. He gets paid, but has to go somewhere else. Bro, Christian Wilkins is the Miami Dolphins Miami Dolphin. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did everything. But my pushback is he was playing for a contract when the team was bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you want to get to that contract. The team gets better. He plays better. He gets paid. Now he goes to a poor team. So, yes, he performed well on a poor team when he was on a poor Miami team, but he didn't get paid. He wasn't paid when he was playing on a poor Miami team. We don't know the Christian Wilkins that played on a bad team and doesn't have the motivation of getting paid. So now he got paid and played for a poor team, and it's like, maybe he's not motivated. And this is, bro, I'm just guessing. I have no idea. I'm just putting this out there. This is a maybe. I have no idea what's going on. So now they let him go. And it's a whole bunch of, every day is something new. Like, there's new details. I'm like, what's going on here, right? And then allegedly he had foot surgery, and the Raiders wanted him to have another surgery to clean up the previous surgery. And he said no. He declined it. I don't know who you believe in that part, but at the end of the day, you want Christian Wilkins back here as a Miami Dolphin? I cut you off. I'll let you finish your take.
I think I was kind of going to get there. So the Dolphins reworked Minkah Fitzpatrick's contract, freeing up $11 million in cap space. Now, I'm not saying give that money to Christian Wilkins, and we also don't know what Christian Wilkins is like, whether he can play from week 1, week 4, we just don't know. I can imagine if there's anyone in the league who knows what's going on with Christian Wilkins, it's Zach Sealer. However, if I've got 11 million cap space and I'm going to give it to a defensive tackle, I'm going to give it to Zach Sealer. To me, it's if Christian Wilkins wants to come and play on a vet minimum contract for the rest of the season, I'm not going to say no, simply because we talk about having, friend of the podcast, Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips and Chop Robinson, and then on the interior, like that's great guys coming off the edge. And if you're telling me on the interior we've got Christian Wilkins and Zach Sealer and Kenneth Grant, even better. And then if we get into a world where, yes, we should be playing Kenneth Grant because he's a first-round rookie and he's good enough to start from week 1, but if we can kind of sit him a bit, have Christian Wilkins, but essentially rotate him, then brilliant, perfect. But we'll go back to what I said at the start of this, which is Dolphins fans have no issue signing injury-prone players to the point where this player that they want to bring back might not even play again. Like, it's not even as if he made it back to training. There's a video of him, dancing in the Raiders weight room, but it sounded like he's no close to returning to football, like in the next few weeks at the very least. But people want to bring him back. And yet you say, hey, give Tua money when he's healthy, and there's whole podcast saying that the whole building needs to be burnt down. It's crazy.
Bro, that's a legit statement, bro. Like, Christian Wilkins might not even play half a season. Like, there's a chance that this injury goes into the later half of the season. And we don't know. Maybe he plays, maybe he doesn't. It's like the biggest, I don't know. But I do know this. You hit it on the head, because my take was let Christian Wilkins walk in and sign Zach Sealer. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we did. We brought Zach back. And he's probably the most underrated defender in the NFL. And you're telling me there's a chance you might give Zach Sealer's money to Christian Wilkins if by bringing Christian Wilkins back. So it's like, man, it's tough. Got to get it figured out. That's a job for CG, but it's interesting, bro.
But also it's like we just freed up 11 million cap space, and yes, the majority, if not most of that, a bit, if not most of that, should go to Zach Sealer. But are you happy with our offensive line or even our DBs at the moment, Charlie?
So real quick, if you extend Zach Sealer, you open up some more money.
Yeah,
how that works. That being said, to your question, no, I'm not happy with our offensive line. Since this is a sensitive subject, Kadeem, offensive line. How much better? Aaron Brewer's injured, and Aaron Brewer is the starting center for the casual Miami Dolphin fan. He's the starting center for the Dolphins, and he's not practicing, but he's practicing off to the side. They didn't want to put him on the PUP because they wanted him to be active with Tua taking snaps. He also has a lower extremity injury.
Muscle injury, yeah.
Soft tissue injury, lower extremity soft. They don't have to clarify right now because we're not playing games. So eventually it'll come out when he goes on some type of injury report. And in my head, Kadeem, so they don't put him on a PUP because they want him to take reps with Tua, and that's it. Like side reps with Tua, and that's it, right? But he's not doing nothing but working out with Tua. And in my head, I'm like, bro, couldn't we just take Gray Zabel? He was there. Like we had what pick was it? 14? Something like that? 13? 12?
13, yeah. 13.
Bro, we had the 13th pick of the draft. Gray Zabel is available. He could start center, which I believe he would start guard, and then move the center once you didn't want to pay Aaron Brewer. That's my play for Gray Zabel. You would have had Gray Zabel and Jonas Savahinaya. And in my opinion, bro, if you whiffed on the rest of the draft and you had 2 All-Pros on the O-line, you would not hear a complaint about anybody a year later. Like, yo, you got 2 All-Pros from one draft and they're both on the O-line. No one's going to trip on you, in my opinion, right? So here we are. All it takes is one injury. Now, to be fair, you got Patrick Paul. You got James Daniels.
Yep.
Jonas Savahinaya. And I'm going to say that's it. You have 3 new additions to this O-line.
4.
And when I say
The
We got-
Dolphins signed. I will double check his name.
I was talking about the starting O-line because there's only 5.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So you got 3 new additions to the starting O-line. So I feel you with that because this is a different O-line, but we don't know what we got in Patrick Paul. But I will say it's an improved O-line on paper. 1,000,000% I agree. But at the same time, is it gonna hurt to just like throw another starter in there? Is it gonna hurt, bro? Like, no, it's not gonna hurt. Like, that's what it's for. So now you have one person go down. How much does it change? 2 people go down, it's a wrap for you. It's like we're just praying on. Hey, Baltimore only didn't have any O linemen switch up in their playoff run. Buffalo didn't have any O line changes in their playoff run. Maybe we could get lucky and not have any O line changes in our playoff run, and we didn't even make it past training camp. Kadeem?
It's funny because Liam Eichenberg started on the PUP list, which to most people he should be there anyway. I'm not going to wish injury upon anyone. The Dolphins did sign Daniel Brunskill at the start of last week, and a lot of people, Dolphins Twitter, were like, "Hey, this is a move they should have done weeks ago." So it's one of those moves where if it doesn't pan out, people are going to go quiet because he's one of those like Dolphins social media wanted him. If it doesn't work out, is what it is. But to kind of wrap it up with the whole Christian Wilkins thing, you want to bring back someone who might not even play this season. Go and bolster your offensive line. People keep on saying, we're one injury away from Liam Eichenberg, and he's currently injured.
But I'm gonna say what I always say about that. What O lineman are you gonna go get with $11 million? That's just out there just chilling.
And again, there's a Dolphins content creator who is angry at the team for not doing more prior to training camp and bringing players in. But what they want the team to do, or what they're advocating for the team to do, is when players get cut at the end of training camp, bring them in because that's better. And my whole thing is, so you don't want the scraps that are right there right now because no one's picked them up because they're bad, but you want the scraps that are going to get cut in a few weeks. Aren't they bad as well because they're cut?
Not necessarily, Kadeem. Not necessarily. They just don't fit the vision and the cap for that team. Like, they might fit the vision and the cap for our team, but just not that team. Maybe because that team drafted. Like, for example, I'll give you matter of fact, it's probably a really good example. Maybe it's really bad because he might not be on that team no more. But Chicago, your boy, was it Tevin Jenkins?
Tevin Jenkins, yeah.
Is he even on Chicago anymore? Was this his last season, and then maybe he's a free agent and went somewhere else?
Tevin Jenkins is a Cleveland Brown.
All right. So the reason why I brought up the Bengals is because they brought in a gang of people for their O-line. A gang of people for the O-line. So it's like the Browns say, hey, we got a quarterback we need to protect. Let's give him an O-line. Like, everyone does it but the Dolphins. And this is my one gripe with Chris Greer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I support Chris Greer. That's the hill I'm dying on. But he gets that wrong. I'm honest about that. So, yeah. So when Chicago brings in a ton of people and maybe they let an O-lineman go, maybe that O-lineman is better than our 6th O-lineman. And that's how you bring that person in. So I understand whatever content creator that said that. But my thing is, you were supposed to do it in free agency and the draft, not let another free agency and draft period go by to where you're in this position again where you free up $11 million worth of cap space. And then someone like Kadeem says, oh, we'll put that in the O-line, but now there's no O-line to put it into. Your time to put it in O-line, that window kind of, it closed, but the only time you're going to get now is, okay, well, let's see who does get cut, because there's a chance no one does get cut.
No, I get that. No, I just listen. I always understand that one man's trash is another man's treasure, but overall, it's just trash is trash. Like, whether you get the trash in May or in August, like, trash is trash.
Nah, I disagree, Kadeem. Nah, we gonna have to bump heads here. I disagree, bro.
Take us into bonus time, Charlie.
Y'all know what time it is.
Overtime. Sorry.
Y'all know what time it is. Stay positive, test negative. For Kadeem Simmons, I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. Already.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. I ain't wasting no time.
So one of the things, actually no, before fans were able to watch training camp, shout out to Biggie, won the first orange jersey fan, if that makes sense. Have you seen this, Charlie?
Nah, I didn't see that. But let me be the orange jersey fan, and I get to play. Give me the aux cable.
You don't get the cable.
Give me the aux cable.
You don't get those. So the Dolphins are now doing fans of the day at training camp, and they get a photo and the jersey of that player's that day's orange jersey, basically. So first day training camp, Biggie won it, and I think from time Biggie was going, listen, to everyone else who attended, you were never going to win it. Biggie's like probably the most famous Miami Dolphins fan there is at the moment. I don't say of all time. But anyway, fans are in the building, and it has been confirmed that Jonah Savanaya, apology for mispronouncing his name, is currently earmarked as a starting left guard, which has James Daniel at right guard. And I see you shaking your head. For everyone listening on the audio version, Charlie Touche is shaking his head. He sat back. He's like, so Charlie, what do you make of the rookie being partnered with the second-year left tackle?
It's two rookies, bro. Patrick Paul's a rookie too. Like this is malpractice. This right here, this is the problem, bro. That right there is the problem with the Miami Dolphins. Not all the other stuff that the superficial stuff that Twitter hits you with. This is the real stuff. You have a player in your rookie that you traded up for and paid it's a pretty decent price you paid for this player that you traded up for. He has voiced his opinion pre-draft. And if I seen it, I know you seen it. You know what I'm saying? I know the Dolphins seen it. He said, I'll play anywhere they tell me to play. That's the stereotypical, everybody says the right thing. I'll play wherever they tell me to play. But I want to play right guard. That's what he said. I want to play right guard. I feel comfortable on the right side of the line. It feels natural. Things get a little funny on the other side. That's basically what he said. That last part was paraphrased. But he said the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? He said, that's not I don't care for the left side. And then you have a veteran in James Daniels who plays guard, can protect the younger player in Patrick Paul on the left tackle. So if you put young, inexperienced left tackle, experienced left guard, then you have a center, then you can have a young, inexperienced right guard and experienced right tackle. Bro, this is simple math. But no, Kadeem, we're gonna have right tackle Austin Jackson, right guard James Daniels, left guard rookie Jonah Savanaya, left tackle inexperienced, less than maybe 200 snaps Patrick Paul at left tackle. This sounds like a problem, Kadeem.
I'm glad you said it sounds like a problem because, and again, there's no pads. It's just practice. So much is going to change between now and the season starting. But so far, it sounds like that left side is holding up. There's been some, again, it's only from what has been reported, but it sounds like Jonah has been holding up his own. He's essentially the one person the one instance where he kind of got blown up. Apparently, Zach Sealer done Zach Sealer things with rookie you've still got a lot to learn, but apparently he's that left for now in training camp. That left side hasn't been an issue as so far. Now again, it's just training camp. We'll see what happens when the pad comes on. We'll see when they're up against live ammo and stuff like that. But it's interesting because for a fan base that is always negative, I haven't seen much negativity on social media about this. That's not to say it's not coming, but
it's
far
coming. It's here. It's here on Go Time Dolphins. Kadeem, bro, your quarterback is left-handed. The most important part of the line is the right side of the line right now. Put your best players where they need to go. Maybe they're saying James Daniels is better than Jonah right now, today, as we speak. Maybe they're saying that. And if that's the case, my bad, y'all boys. I'm going to let y'all boys work. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as we have a problem, y'all going to hear about it. You feel me? So if James Daniels is legit better than Jonah, I have no problem with I still have a problem with it. I have little problems with it, but yo, I don't like it. That, furthermore, I don't like it, Kadeem. I don't like it, bro. Like, leave the man in his natural position. He's going to be the future. Protect the blind side of your quarterback, bro. Protect Patrick Paul with a veteran on that side. And that's it, bro. That's it. You said, left side holding it down. I'm not buying it. And you know what? This is what I wanted to say. Maybe this is we're not going to let the rookie come in and get what he wants just because he wants it. We're gonna move him around, and maybe this is just fluff to appease to James Daniels, because James Daniels always also wants to play right guard. He wants to play right guard. So it's like maybe we're just like appeasing, like, all right, hey, but we feel better with Jonah at right guard. Sorry, James, we tried. Maybe it's that, and they switch later.
It's gonna be very interesting. But yeah, when I saw the reports of that, I was like, yeah, I know somebody not going to be too happy about this. It also sounds like that Jonah and Patrick are like they've been together all off season working on this. So at the very least, this isn't something they decided just heading into this training camp. Oh, we're going to do this. This sounds like they've been working on this, or they've been aware of this for months, and the pair have, at the very least, they're doing everything they can to make sure that they're on the same page. But again, we'll see what happens come week 1 and beyond.
That's all I got.
Then until the next time, we shall see you soon. Until then, peace.
Oopsie.